All right, GM Vibe Coders, welcome to a rapid fire tutorial on how to vibe code yourself an Oracle program if you are trying to participate in the incentivized testnet. This is going to be a quick rapid fire run through on how to get it done. Bring the internet on chain. First, I'm going to assume you have Cursor, and I'm going to assume you have a Kepler wallet, and I'm going to assume you went to the testnet, connected your wallet, and got the testnet tokens. If you don't know how to do that, join us in Discord. Love to get to know you and help you along your journey. First thing you're going to do is over in our vibe code prompt, which you can find at docs.seda.xyz, down in the left-hand side of the menu, incentivized testnet, vibe code prompt guide. You want to grab this little link here. Copy that bad boy, and then you go into Cursor. When you open it in the middle, there says clone a repo. Paste that and then clone your repo, open up, and you'll get this window. Cool. So I'm going to assume you're going to meet me here. All of this is an example that comes with the starter kit from SEDA, and it's a price feed to query ETHUSDC from the API of Binance, which you can see here. So we're going to need to change that. So the first thing that we want to do is go back to our vibe code prompt and always feed all the documentation to Cursor so it knows what's going on. In your chat window, Control V that bad boy, hit enter. Make sure your vibe stays high. I always like to vibe code with a bit of Aussie hip hop. That's my vibe coding tune. Gets me going, gets the people going, helps bring the internet on chain, one vibe coder at a time. Cool, awesome. It's figuring it all out. It's going through the docs, and the prompt here is making it install all the dependencies. TLDR, click run. When in doubt, click run. Now what it's doing here is it's installing all the things that it needs from the starter kit, from the documentation. So it's reviewed all of that, and it's just setting up all of the environment, if you like, so that we can build cool stuff. Hectic. So this is a classic error, right? Often Cursor reads the documentation and it wants to install the CLI. We don't want to install the CLI, we want to use the SEDA SDK. So I'm just going to prompt it here and I'm going to say, we don't need the SEDA CLI. We can build a new program using bun from the SEDA SDK docs. Cool. Awesome. This is the command that you want. So if you get this first command with npm, make sure you just redirect with the same prompt that I used there. We don't need the SEDA CLI. We can build a new program using bun from the SEDA SDK docs. Click run on bun install. Glad we're catching these errors on the record because this has given me nightmares before, and it's not vibes. Now it's ready to build, but we need to rebuild the Oracle program. We need to build the execution and the tally phase, which are the two sections of any program. So we need to give it new information. Now, this is set up for a price feed for Binance. I want to bring crop data on chain, crop price data on chain. So I'm going to need my API and my API key and all the information to rebuild this Oracle program so I can bring crop data on chain. So head over to your docs. Copy our second prompt here, paste that in. Now, as this is for the Binance API, we need to change a few things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the API that I want it to build from and my API key and the documentation for the website. And I'll meet you back here in a second. All right, cool. So I've gone ahead and I've got the first X in the prompt I've removed for the API that I want to use. And I'm telling it that I want the crop price in USD type of data, and it can find more information on the API at the documentation from the API website that I am selecting. And then this is my API key, which is going to be burnt and destroyed. So you can't copy it because we're vibe coding here. So don't steal my API keys. Don't let anyone know your API keys. General rule. Cool. And now what it's going to do is it's going to go have a look at that API documentation. It's going to rebuild our execution and tally phase so that we can bring the price of wheat on chain. It'll do that all automatically here. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Now we can see that it's updated everything with the commodity API and the API key, which is super good. Now let's head back to our docs. Awesome. So the next step is that we want to deploy an Oracle program. Now you could use this prompt, but often Cursor is actually not allowed to edit your environment file for security reasons. So this doesn't work, and it can do it in other ways. but let's just do it manually. It's the best way to go. Back to cursor. Find on the side here .env.example. This shows you the environment file. Just right click, copy, Control V, paste, Control C, whatever works for you. And then we want to rename this little puppy to .env, which is a vibe. Awesome. Now you need to put your SEDA wallet seed phrase in here. Just use a burner wallet if you're doing this for the first time and you're not really sure. Create a new Kepler wallet. Use your testnet tokens in there. And don't show anyone your seed phrase. Rule number 1. I'm going to get my seed phrase and come back. And I'm going to move all the testnet tokens off this wallet afterwards so you can't steal anything. Cool. And then just make sure you hit Command S or whatever it is, your shortcut to save that file. And you're ready to go. So now the Oracle program has been built, we want to deploy it. So you say, I've updated my .env file. Let's build and deploy. Or you can do what Ben does. He's the best. If you get these ones here where it uses cargo, I just want to say, let's bun run build, right? So bun is the command that we want to use. It grabs other commands for doing different types of Oracle programs. Cool. Let's build it. Let's run it. If you have cargo and all these other things during this stage of the Oracle program build, just say use bun. So the build was successful. Let's deploy the Oracle program to the SEDA network. We've got everything. It should be good to go. Yep, uploading the Oracle program to the SEDA network. So it's gone through. It's built our execution phase for us, which is the querying of the data, and it's also had a look at our tally phase, which is the handling of the data of the SEDA network, how to return it. All right, sweet. So now we have this Oracle program ID here because it's uploaded to the SEDA network. Go ahead and copy your Oracle program ID, head back to your .env file, paste it in there, Command S, make sure you save that, and just say the input. So I want to check the price of wheat. So let's post a data request for wheat. Cool, comes up. Now, I think this is going to fail because it should be in USD, but let's try. So it's posting. So what you can do is you can grab that Oracle program ID you had. You can head over to the SEDA testnet, check out Oracle programs, click an Oracle program, and then up here in the top, paste your ID in. Awesome. We can actually see my data request coming in live at the moment. Just running. Keep refreshing it, and we can see it. All right, cool. So they've queried the API. They've committed. Now we're going to see them process their reveals. When I say them, it's the overlay nodes. Awesome. And we've got a fail. Let's have a look at the error. So head over here. You can see the overview here. I go to the reports. Invalid symbol, HTTP response was rejected. All right, let's head back to cursor and see what's going on. I noticed the data request resulted in an error with the message consistent as we have with the commodities API, rate limiting error request, API code is properly configured in the environment response. I would say to cursor in this situation, it's not getting the API correct. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the API string from the documentation, which is this here that I grabbed earlier. So it just was in my documentation. You can always find it. There's like all this information here. Just feed that back to poor cursor's got a lot going on. And I'm going to say make sure the API is built correctly. Here is an example. Cool. You see that? Now it sees the issue looking at the example API response. So just feed back the documentation. Just make sure to check the API is built correctly. You don't need to be a coder or know this. You just sort of think about, what could be going wrong. The data's not coming. The HTTP didn't work. Something to do with the API. And just vibe fix. That's how I roll. Just vibe fixing all day. Cool. Now it's going to rebuild deploy. It's uploading a new Oracle program to the SEDA network, which is cool. So every time it does this, you have some fixes. You need to upload a new Oracle program to the SEDA network. Make sure you grab the new Oracle program ID, update your .env file. So grab that hop, whack her into your .env. Control V, Control S, so that's saved. All right, let's run it again for wheat. You can vibe prompt, that's cool. I think what it needs to do is actually have USD wheat, because this API, I'm pretty sure, needs to query for the actual price. This is what I said at the start of the vibe code, but I don't think Cursor picked up that we needed it in USD. So it's worked well, which is good. We have great success. Yegshamash. But I'm going to go ahead and just bing in this little bad boy just to make sure I'm on the right one. Yeah, it's the exact same one. I can have a look. Yegshamash. This is the wheat price. Vibing hard on chain. Fetching price of commodity for wheat. Fetch price. View. Boom. Done and dusted. That's how you build a basic Oracle program for the RWA world that brings the price of wheat on chain. There it is, wheat on chain, built with nothing but vibes and SEDA, bringing the internet on chain in minutes, not months. Anyone can do this. Let's go.